Oh, good afternoon. Welcome to day 64. And today's definitely the latest in the day that I've started. I got a whole story to tell you here. It's past 3 p.m. today, and I'm back at Burke's Garden Hostel. I finally made it back here where I got off the trail. Let me switch it back again because I'm not quite on the trail yet. I'm on the road to Burke's Garden Hostel. The covered part. Luckily, I got a ride back from Cantaloupe, who runs the hostel, part of the way, and then the road gets pretty rough through here, so I think it's reasonable that she doesn't want to drive up here. But yeah, I got less than a half mile to get back to the trail now. But yeah, my whole story is, if you remember the last video I did, I was having a bad day, feeling kind of sick, lightheaded, headache, scratchy throat. I feel better today, so that's good. But I was planning on camping and then calling it quits, calling it an early day to rest up. And I filled up at the next water source. Filled up like a lot of stuff in anticipation of camping. So I filled up my Canuck 3 liter. And then I filled up my Smart Water bottle, which has the Sawyer squeeze water filter on it. And I think I must have only put it in the pocket halfway, because when I put on my backpack, it slipped out, fell to the ground. It's only the second time that's ever happened, by the way. Fell to the ground and fell in such a way, because it was full of water, the force of the impact was transferred directly to the filter coupling, and it couldn't take the inflow of water that fast from that impact. So it's all made of plastic, basically cracked out the side. And then all the water you try to push through there ends up going through the side now. Anyway, so I had a broken water filter. I think I got it on camera, so you can see that for yourself in the previous video. But yeah, where am I going? Oh, I'm just looking behind me. I don't know why. So basically, I needed to change my plans right then, that day. Instead of camping, I could no longer do that because I no longer had a reliable water. I have emergency. What's happening with the gimbal here? So I have emergency water tablets, which I didn't really want to use, at least the last resort thing. And I also have the option of just boiling all the water, which is a bummer, really, because that includes your drinking water, where you gotta wait for it to cool down before you drink. And I only got not even a 1 liter can to boil that in. So that's gonna be a lot of boiling water, using up fuel unnecessarily. In any case, it all added up to I didn't need to get off the trail, get a new Sawyer filter, and then get back on the trail. Easier said than done. Got off the trail. Luckily, I kind of got lucky, The hostel was maybe 2 or 3 miles away from where I busted my filter. But the hostel only sold aqua mirror tablets, which is the old school chemical purification. I was not really interested in doing that. I want my Sawyer squeeze. So anyway, that meant I had to look into other options. Well, could I get it from Amazon? No, Amazon doesn't really ship to this address, the hostel address. And Walmart, same story. Or at least they don't do like same day or expedited shipping. So that's not an option. Could I possibly hike to the next big town, get it at a post office? I don't really want to mess around with general delivery. Sometimes stuff gets lost that way, or post offices don't accept it. So my basically it boiled down to I needed to get to Marion, which had Marion Outdoors Outfitter there. They do have the Sawyer Squeeze and a lot of other stuff. But it's a heck of a time trying to find a shuttle. I found one early the next morning. She sent me a text saying, "Oh, there's a family emergency. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cancel." So, but that morning I found another shuttle driver who was adaptable and he was nice. He picked me up, Brian, took me through one of the back dirt road routes to get into Marion. Very reasonable. He charged me just $40. I gave him a $10 tip. I spent the night in Marion. I took a 0 day in Marion, basically. That was nice. I had lunch and dinner. I even got a haircut. And then I stayed at the hostel that's above the outfitter there. It's literally called Mary, as in happy. Mary Inn. Yeah, fun. Pun. Fun pun. Anyway, that was nice. I splurged for a private room there for $70. I thought that was really reasonable. Kind of wanted some privacy. I don't want to deal with stuff at that point. So I got that. And, well, I spent all day trying to find a shuttle driver to take me back Saturday morning. And my guess is that these folks are partying or they really don't want to do it for one reason or another. They're not available Saturday morning. But I finally had one come through. So it was a Paint Splash. And it turns out Paint Splash is responsible for painting, I think she said over 100 murals or paintings all along the Appalachian Trail, including that one that I remember in Uncle Johnny's. But she's going to be commissioned to do a mural out here. So next time you see Burke's Garden Hostel, be one of her murals on the, what do you call it? The grain elevator or water tower? This tower that they got, and then on the side of the wall, they're going to paint their logo. Anyway, that was cool. And she was herself a thru hiker from 2018, she said. And section hiker from before that. Always characters. They're always characters. But I much appreciated the ride. But that was pricey to come back. I didn't really have options. And she charged me $100. But you know what? It helps a starving artist. And it is an hour and a half drive, so whatever, it works out. So long story short, I finally got out of Marion. It was an okay town. I'd go back there and visit. It's kind of cute. I didn't get weird vibes there, but I did get the sense that I need to move on. So with that feeling going forward, when I got dropped off around 3 p.m. at the hostel there, I still feel like, well, it's late in the day now, which is right now, but I feel like I need to do some progress. I need to make some progress. Even if it's a mile or two, I just got to get back out on the trail. But it all worked out. Okay. And I think this is the trail again. I believe I go left. Oh, maybe not yet. No, I think so. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. So here's where I came in. Going downhill. I took a left turn. I saw this sign. Burke's Garden Hostel. Which means to continue, I must take another left turn out of here. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, there was another interesting... I know this is a very long video, but I'm sort of recapping on the last few days, really. And today is a short day. It's going to be a very short day. But, what was I going to say? Oh, there was a guy in the store that the outfitters, I think he was retired, military, ex-military, with a dog. He's planning to hike next year, and he's from not too far away from where I am. He knew he knew the city I live in. I think he's near the Virginia border, North Carolina. But yeah, he was just starting to get some big expensive items in his gear. I think he was starting to get like a backpack and whatnot, that he was happy with. And so I was giving him some advice, and he was appreciating that. I think he actually came in to talk to the guy there, who's usually there. He wasn't there today. His name is Coach. He's a very active guy on social media, or Instagram maybe specifically. He does kind of some crazy videos that kind of make me nervous. But good for him. Like, he's got a nice following, and he's a knowledgeable guy. So came in to talk to him. But it sounds like he spent more than $1,000. So I think he got enough stuff. But that's that's a really exciting phase of your hike when you're prepping like that. When you start to make those big purchases, you get to the point where you get like a sunk cost, which is sometimes a fallacy, but in this case, it's a good thing. You're like, oh, I've sunk so much money into this. There's no point in turning back now, right? So I got to just do it. That's cool. That's fun to see that first stage of the journey. Anyway, I talked him out of getting that's a blue blazer. I talked him out of getting the ultralight toothbrush that sticks on the end of your cooking spoon, and just get a normal toothbrush. Anyway, people are obsessed about weight and whatnot. Anyway, yeah, I think I gave him another data point, really. Told him what worked for me, what he needs. Anyway, that was fun. Just want to see that. And then his dog. He's going to take his dog hiking too. That's not the first time, but he had some good questions. He's going to have to ford some streams with, I think, carrying his dog, and also going up some ladders with carrying his dog. He'll figure it out. I think that it is possible, but there's definitely some tricky bits to that. But now I'm happy. I think I got enough water for tonight because I actually packed out a lunch from town. I packed out a turkey wrap, turkey parmesan wrap or something. And then I got some goodies from the farmer's market that was only today and Saturday, including like chocolate covered peanut butter things. Anyway, so all this handmade stuff. So I got enough stuff for dinner where I don't need to cook snacks. So I don't know. I'm back on the trail. I'm happy, but don't have a gear breakdown in Burke's Garden. It's very difficult to get out and very costly. Wait till the next town if you can help it. But in this case, I couldn't help it. Got my water filter, but I got it replaced now. And now I'm gonna baby this thing now. I'm so paranoid of it. But anyway, I'm feeling good, but realistically, I'm only gonna do a few miles. I'm not gonna make it to the shelter, which is 7 or 8 miles. So I just gotta find some little camping spot here. Apparently there are bears around here though too. They said at the hostel, they said there's a juvenile bear that was prowling around the yard today, so that's fun. They're right in the backyard here, I'm sure, so I gotta be extra careful with that. Anyway, lots of rambling, lots of thoughts, but I'm back, and I'm hoping to make a few more days before I gotta go to the next hostel here. I'm all recharged. Feeling pretty good now. I probably actually needed that time off. So I was starting to get sick. And maybe I still am, but feeling kind of okay. Anyway, yeah, unexpected detour. Life has unexpected challenges. Kind of a pain when it happens, but find out how to work through it, you know? Anyway, all that being said, I think I'm good to go onward. Just a quick addendum, because I've already been yapping, but I just want to say, man, the time off the trail, the rest time is really helpful, both physically and mentally, because I'm feeling pretty different than when I got off. I was pretty angry, feeling sick, not so good, didn't want to really hike. But now I'm feeling pretty good, and even though it's the end of the day, I mean, I'm feeling like this is where I want to be. And I needed that time off to feel that way. So, note to self, definitely take off time, but not too much time. But definitely not zero. There are people, more than one person I've run into who are bragging about how few 0 days they've done. But it's kind of silly, you know, you always need a rest day. That's the way it works. You work 6 days a week and you got your rest day. That's the design. And you gotta have some rest time. Rest day, really. Anyway, just note to myself there. Okay, onward.